Indeed, you have been undergoing a great deal of transformation lately. It has a bit of a stress factor involved with it. I appear to have struck a chord in a few of you. And a great deal of this stress is upon your physical bodies, so much of the energy we bring through this night will be to heal your physical bodies, your emotional bodies. Turning into light is no easy task. It is very simple, very direct, not altogether easy at times. For your physical bodies, your emotional bodies, your mental bodies still tend to cling to old patterns of reality that are no longer serving you. Perhaps we can do a bit of work this evening to dissolve some of those patterns as well. It's up to you, my dear ones, the degree to which you can open your hearts and consciousness to this love. It's the degree that you will be served. I would like to speak a bit about your physical bodies this evening. Don't worry, it's not going to be a lecture. Just a few pointers. As you know, most of you are aware, there is an ascension process, a spiritual transformation process that you are involved with at every level of your being. It is necessary now for your graceful transition into the next stage of your development that you do allow for the purification, cleansing, and clearing of your bodies, your physical bodies and your emotional bodies and your mental bodies. Whatever bodies you have got, for this activity comes directly through you from Source. The energies of transformation and grace are acting upon you now to align every level and particle of your beings and to merge you consciousness-wise and physically into the higher dimensions of yourself. It makes it far easier for you at this time if you have an awareness of the needs of your physical body, that you care for yourselves. It is not only a path of a retreat and meditation. It is a path of bringing through into the physical your divine self. The energies that are coming through are very pure and very powerful. They will, of their own essence, transform you and purify you. We are not here this evening to tell you how to eat or how to behave, but rather to address at a slightly different and a deeper level the habit patterns that you might still cling to in your lives and the effects that these might be having upon your transformation. When your body is in a process of purifying, it is highest wisdom that you do whatever you can to assist the process, that it be gradual and graceful and enjoyable. There are many, many opportunities in this third dimension of reality to poison yourselves. You can poison yourselves with physical substances, with emotional traumas and false beliefs and stress, with limited thoughts and projections. What we have here is a situation wherein you are undergoing a massive purification and transformation Your heart, your spiritual bodies are saying, yes, let's go for it. And yet at times your more physical self and your mind and your emotions are still clinging to old patterns that continue to make the process a bit less graceful. It is a matter of your letting go, a matter of your giving yourself to Spirit in such a way, in your meditations and your spiritual pursuits, that you are lifted in consciousness to a level of awareness where you can have a higher perspective upon these patterns and habits, so that you might see where changes need to be made, where you might do a little bit of unloading. If a patient is ill and goes to the hospital for healing, they do not give the patient a diet of a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer to drink while they are recuperating. They try their best to give the patient healing foods. And yet we have observed many beings here receiving internally of this wonderful spiritual energy that is flowing through now, and trying to drink as much Pabst as they can to maintain that limited perspective. Oh, we're going to be in trouble with the beer company now. Well, I guess we can't use this tape. The channel will be sued. Should have chosen an import brand. Perhaps a Japanese brand, yes? No problem. Probably get a government grant. We have been watching your antics, you see. It is all quite comical at one level. I hope you will attain to that level of consciousness soon where it can be comical for you. It is easy for us to say from an ascended platform how strange and unbelievable human behavior can be at times, human belief systems, human patterns and habits. We assist you in every way we can to give you that perspective. I think it is best to begin by learning how to laugh at oneself. If you take it all seriously, it becomes very difficult to dislodge yourself from those patterns and beliefs and limitations. Part of the result of this higher perspective we are speaking of, when you meditate and give yourself to your spirit, to be lifted, to, as it were, look at your life from on high, you get a perspective that makes it easier to laugh at your antics, and to release those things that are somewhat counterproductive in your life. So each of you are in a process of discovering for yourselves what is appropriate behavior with regards to the body temple that you dwell within. What is proper food and nourishment for you? What healing modalities are effective and beneficial for you? It is a time for you to care for your physicality with equal energy, at least equal the energy that you care for your spiritual self and your emotional self. There are beings, and many beings in this planetary sphere, who are somewhat unbalanced with regards to the mental body, acting as if they were slaves to the computer in their own minds, running around, not taking time for themselves. for the balance that is required. And yet it is a path of balance. Truly there have been many who have sought to escape the physical altogether by hiding out in caves and meditating, attaining samadhi states of consciousness. This is not your path. Your path is one of service and involvement in the physical realm. It is a path that is a bit more demanding, for it requires you to channel through these higher dimensional energies through yourself, completely grounding spirit in your physical body, while you are doing the juggling and maneuvers that you must do to maintain your physical life here on planet Earth in the USA of America. It will be very much different in a very short time, but for now, you must continue juggling at least to a certain degree. Keep your bank books in order. Don't run out of groceries, that sort of thing. The body temple must be made ready to receive the higher dimensional aspects of the self in the merger that is to take place. The ascension requires that you ground completely into the physical that which you are on every dimension of yourself. Merge the physical body with the higher dimensional body to create the light body, and be lifted in consciousness and physicality into the higher dimensions. Every cell of your body is being transformed even as we speak. The light is penetrating you and attempting to penetrate you and to effect this wondrous reaction. Where you cling tightly to old patterns, it creates resistance. It is a path of relaxation. When you breathe, do you breathe from your bellies in a relaxed way, or do you breathe the breath of fear in the top part of your chest only? Are you allowing your spirit to come fully into your body? Are you wondering why it is sometimes difficult to manifest here in the physical plane that which you feel you deserve and need? Are you allowing spirit to come through into your lower chakras and fill you and project in a way that can attract to you that which you are longing for? And all this requires that the body temple be prepared and purified and ready to receive the spirit. If you are partaking of foods that are upsetting to you, impurities, intoxications of any kind, perhaps you might wish to look at these patterns and see whether or not they are continuing to serve you. If you will ask in your meditation to be shown areas that you can release and change that will facilitate a more rapid growth, they will be shown to you. We have witnessed that many people have an aversion to looking within at their own habit patterns and their behaviors. It is sort of like carrying around a sack and imagining that you have within it all of the terrible evils of humanity in one bag, and you don't want to open it up. No, please don't make me look in there. I know I'm going to see something terrifying that is going to make me feel horrible about myself. And yet, when you do allow your grip to relax and your spirit to show you, to light up those spaces within your emotional body and your mental body and your physical body that require more light, you can see that you weren't so bad after all. You have a few patterns there, a few beliefs that you absorbed while growing up, some fear that you bought into. It is a path of honesty, you see. And every part of yourself that you give to spirit will be taken, transmuted, lifted, purified quite wonderfully. I have seen many who have clung to limitation for fear of not wanting to look at some aspect of themselves or some area of their life. They have clung for years to one particular thing, one little sack inside of them. And then finally, when they get weak and tired and desperate enough, they release their grip and they say, all right, I'll look at it. And the bag opens, and the light penetrates and transmutes. And it was only their willingness to look, to experience it for what it was, and to let go of it, that allowed the transmutation to take place. How many years do you carry within you these areas that you feel uncomfortable with when you could let go? What is it that is keeping me from a feeling of complete oneness and security and joy and love in my life? I ask my spirit to show me that I might have a handle on it, that I might give it to spirit for purification. It is a path of always offering up yourself with love, with non-attachment, non-judgment, and joy. If you can attain to a certain perspective in your spiritual growth that allows for a higher perspective, perhaps you can have a very humorous journey, seeing those areas and beliefs that you clung to as realities, seeing that it was all a dream, and now you are waking up, and it seemed very real at the time to be trapped in a physical form, trapped in limitation, unable to feel oneness, unable to feel source, unclear about your direction. Oh, I was having a terrible dream, Hilarion. I dreamt I couldn't contact guidance. But it is a dream. And as you awaken, the beauty and love that you are is shown to you so magnificently that it is the same experience that you might have after awakening from a dream that may have been somewhat unpleasant, somewhat pleasant, somewhat unpleasant, somewhat limiting. And that same feeling of gratitude that you receive after waking up from a bad dream is multiplied 1,000,000 times when you awaken from the dream that you are trapped in a third-dimensional form with no escape. You see? Now, what if you were to simply say to yourself in this moment, I release the dream. I allow my multi-dimensional mastery to manifest. I no longer hinder, through my patterns of limitation and habits, the full manifestation of the ascended experience. Or you could simply say, I am that I am. That about covers it. What is that I am that you are? Is it a slogan? Is it an experience? To turn it from a slogan to an experience is simply a matter of allowing. And when your spirit calls you to go within, to explore the universe that exists within you in meditation, say yes to that. Create some space in your life where you are not too busy to go within. What is the purpose of being alive in a physical form? Probably by now you have realized it's not to become a millionaire. Or maybe you just gave up trying. Too much work. What is the purpose? It is time now that each human being come to grips with that question and answer it to the best of their abilities, not only philosophically, but putting their energies, their bodies, their minds, their hearts into that process. Every human being on this world has a choice to make at this time as to their alignment, as to what is important to them. Most human beings consider this choice as something that is within that sack inside of them that they don't want to look at. Oh, I'm too busy to think about that now. I've got to put some food on the table. And yet it takes but a moment to ask yourself that question. Maybe you are on your way to the grocery store in your automobile and you would have a few moments to ask yourself. You're still putting the food on the table. What is it that is important to you, my dear ones? And know that there is nothing that can separate you and hinder you from realizing the full manifestation of that which is important to you. Perhaps you have a feeling of what is important to you might be God realization or some other wonderful benefit of spirit, and yet you harbor within yourselves a belief that you are not worthy, or that it takes years and years of intense effort to achieve, or some other limiting thought. So you don't allow yourself to even take one step on that path. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, at this time, we are here to tell you, if you can dream it, you can have it. If you can desire it, it is yours to achieve and to experience. And there is no power greater than yourselves at manifesting that which you long for. If you will affirm to yourselves, to your spirits, to your higher self, through your mind, through your entire being, for that which you desire to have, that which you long to make the focus of your life, you will find your spirit attracting to you situations, people, resources, and everything that you need to complete the manifestation of that dream. We are currently promoting the Ascension dream, as this dream seems to take care of all of the others. If you give yourself to God realization and ascension, you will find your prosperity and abundance increasing, your love life gets better, and all of those other needs that you have, which are quite sacred to you and to us. As Lord Sananda said, if you seek first the kingdom of heaven, all else will be added unto you. It is true. In fact, it is a shortcut to attracting to yourself all that you truly desire and require. If it's good for you, that is. So habits and patterns of limitation are your obstacles, are your hurdles at this time. Perhaps you are one who says, oh, I can't meditate, I have too much mental energy. It is just impossible for me to focus. And you continue to drink 8 cups of coffee per day. There may be a dichotomy in your reality. Just perhaps you might open to the possibility that something you are taking into your physical body is hindering your ability to create that which you want in your experience. That is, a peaceful and tranquil and divine contact with your higher self and your Creator. And these habits and patterns come in all shapes and sizes and exist at all levels of your physical self, your mental self, your emotional self. The way you believe about yourselves. One negative thought about yourself creates poisons in your body. Did you know that? A positive thought about yourself creates endorphins, very blissful chemicals within your brain, within your body. So you see how important it is to overcome the habit patterns in your mind, your beliefs, that might be limiting you. So the purification is underway. It feels like love, and it looks like light, and it sounds like celestial harmonies, the music of the spheres. It is all within you. The universe within you is more vast than the universe that you can see through your telescopes. If you want to experience space travel, try some inner space. You can go indefinitely within. Expand infinitely into the light that exists within you. You have but to focus your attention upon it and ask for assistance. Command your spirits. Be strong-willed individuals. When you know what you want, command that it be manifested. And command that anything that is hindering that be transmuted and dissolved into the light. Take the reins of your lives. Offer them to your higher self for control. And see what happens. You will find your dreams coming true in your physical lives, in your day-to-day lives, in ways that you could not have created mentally or intellectually. Truly. Surrendering to Spirit is the source of all. And you will find that you can create a beautiful experience in this third-dimensional world of a life with less effort and more joy. You can become more efficient in your means of manifesting, more and more efficient. You know, we are very efficient manifestors. We don't like to work. A very lazy bunch of individuals. A great white brotherhood. We manifest by intention, grace, and a few cosmic tricks. That which we need. And that which we need according to our divine overselves choices. I'm very glad I chose to be with you tonight. Mm-hmm. What a manifestation. I'll put it in my portfolio when I go for that promotion. Well, I attracted 25 mortals on one evening. And they listened to everything I said. And no one left the room except to go to the bathroom. I'll put it in my portfolio, along with my many accomplishments. And truly, I am honored to be with you. There is so much joy, so much love. It is impossible to contain it within you, you see. We must express it. And we are honored and very joyful whenever we do have the opportunity to speak to you, to assist you, to feel that which we are feeling, that bubbles forth from within, purifying the body temple as it goes. So, I would love to share with you. Let me open the floor to your questions or comments. I would love to hear from you what you would like me to address. I will do my best to confuse you. It is what we live for, to keep you guessing. That we are never out of work.
Lord Hilarion, I am Bob, and the question I bring to you tonight is one of the temples of learning in which many of us will be traveling to come back as ambassadors to share the light with those of the ones that have not awakened to the level at which we are at today. The question in my mind is, do we leave our bodies behind to travel to your temples of learning and then come back into new bodies to share? Or are we doing this at other levels of consciousness and retaining the bodies we're in? Thank you.
Thank you. You are so polite. Master Bob, there will be a new Ascended Master on your list very soon. Master Bob. Tonight we will channel Bob. A very direct individual. I hope you don't mind me playing with you.
I love it.
As it stands now, you are journeying to the temples of learning, as you call them, in your sleep states and in your deepest meditation states. After your ascension experience, you will be able to go there directly, taking with your light body, you see, traveling there. zipping to and fro and have perhaps a more direct experience or a more complete experience of these temples of learning. You will probably have the opportunity to return in your light body as a ascended master, taking that which you have learned with you to share. So it is a training for you in self-mastery and in what is required and what is highest wisdom for you to be working with, working upon, projecting when you do return. And now your journeys to the places of learning in your etheric body that takes place at night assist you in your ascension path and in the work that you do in sharing. So yes, it is a training. So you will take your body there after the ascension has been completed. Now you can't take it with you quite yet.
Thank you.
Good evening, Lord Hilarion. Could you explain a little bit about twin flames, and have I met mine, and if so, what is our purpose together?
You meet your twin flame on your path of God realization. It is a completion. The twin flame is the, you could say, the other half of the, I'm seeing a picture of a cosmic flare. A flame that is a projection from source of divine essence, divine light, and it polarizes into a, for lack of a better term, masculine and feminine aspect, and splits and goes forth and manifests at different levels of creation. The twin flame experience is the reunification of these two aspects of one being. It can occur in when you are in your physical bodies, and for many of you it will occur after you attain your ascension. For your twin flame essences are not always in physical body when you are. Many of them are assisting you from higher dimensions. So if you can't seem to find the right person, perhaps that is the reason. I will not tell you if you have met yours. That is for you to decide. You will know when you do. If you are following your spirit, it will enhance and quicken the process of your connecting with your twin flames. Your twin flame is resonating in spirit at the same frequency as you yourself are, and as you align with your spirit, a magnetic attraction takes place, which tends to attract the other portion of yourself, you see. So the more you give yourself to spirit, the more you elevate your consciousness and purify the body temple, all of your bodies. You set up a resonance, a frequency, a broadcast that attracts the twin flame to you. If your twin flame is open, they will be magnetized to that. If they are in the higher dimension, then you will have to ascend to meet them. What better motivation for all of you lovebirds? It occurs, the contact with the twin flame occurs only when you are prepared for that, only when it is highest wisdom. When you are ready to handle it, the added voltage.
Lord Hilarion, you mentioned earlier something about grounding the energies into the body completely, bringing it all down to the root chakra. It is not unusual in, at least in my experiences of the ascension work, push towards it, to actually find myself out of body, or to be waking in the morning knowing that it's been a busy night.
There are those temples of learning again.
Right. So, can you give forth any advice on staying in the body to ground the energy in?
Yes, first of all, you must allow for these lapses into higher dimensional expression, your flights of fantasy, as you might call them. For they are highest wisdom that you experience this. And in your meditations, you will, of course, sometimes find yourselves being lifted into the light, lifted into higher dimensional awareness, feeling at times that you may even be leaving your body behind, taking etheric journeys, sometimes into the ships above, sometimes into the retreats of the masters, consciously or unconsciously. So you must allow for this. But in your overall day-to-day experience, it is important that you allow for the spirit to come fully into the body. It is, there are many techniques you can use. You can use grounding techniques to envision your spirit coming through the top of your head all the way down through your chakras, through your root chakra and into the earth. You can spend time in nature or simply sitting with the earth and feel the earth energies coming up through your feet and into your body. Or feel your spirit coming down through. You can call upon the masters that are proficient in the grounding, perhaps the Native American energies. I will give you a few good names to call upon. They have proven very effective. Perhaps we can bring some of their energies through this evening. White Eagle, Watana. Perhaps if you are a female, you would like to refer to a white buffalo calf woman or white buffalo. There are many, especially of the Native American energies, as you call them, that are proficient in this. So if you feel yourself having difficulty grounding, ask of your spirit to come fully down into your body and into your chakras and open all of your chakras. Simply ask. And if you are having difficulty at that point, ask for assistance from these masters or others. Ask and you shall receive. It is a very challenging affair when you are transforming into a light being to always have full tabs on your body. It is a challenge. For many, many of the light workers, they will achieve a far greater elevation of consciousness and expansion into God realization if they were but to come more fully into their body rather than trying to meditate their way out into space. That is sometimes the connection, the missing link, you see. The upper chakras can be very open, while the lower chakras are that bag that you're holding, afraid to look at. So when you ask for your lower chakras to be opened, you will likely have areas of emotional energies to release, this sort of thing. For this is where they tend to stick. Yoga practices are good. Kundalini yoga, we have found as very effective in this. Deep breathing exercise.